and you see the code that we have, P0128, engine coolant temperature below thermostat regulating temperature. Welcome to Code Man's Auto. We are having some issues with a 2017 GMC Sierra, and the problems that we're having is that the cooling fans stay running even after you shut the ignition off. The fans will run about another 5 minutes before they will shut down. The other symptoms that you have with this, one is the air conditioner will not work. The air conditioner won't blow cold air anymore. Other symptoms that you can have would be that your temperature gauge will only go up to about 150, or it may not come off code at all. I work on a lot of these trucks, working on the transmissions, and it is good for the transmission to have these cooling fans working the way they're supposed to. When we get into this, we're going to change the thermostat and the temperature sensor, and the reason that we replace both is because if you replace one and the symptoms go away for a while and then they come back, then you don't know if the part you put on there was bad or the other part went bad. So it's best to replace them both at the same time and get rid of the problem. Both of these seem to be able to create this issue, whether it be the temperature sensor or the thermostat. So it's best just to replace them both while you're going. One other thing, when it comes to replacing these, we like to go back to GM for our parts. We do not like to use aftermarket. We've tried that when people were on budget, and we had to get away from it because we could not really get a good part aftermarket. I know some of you guys may comment on here and say that you bought your part from an aftermarket company and it works great, and you know, I'm glad that that worked out for you, but for us it hasn't worked out that way, so we stick with GM part. I hope this video helps you. Watch us get this replaced, and please subscribe. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is remove the air induction. All you need is a flathead screwdriver for this. Got that out of the way. Alright, now we're going to remove the temperature sensor first. Go ahead and get it replaced. We got a little clip there. Push in. Just push that clip in. You might have to have a little safety clip on the end of it. This one didn't have it. Cody's been driving this truck to see if we could get the fans to come on. They did. We hope that it's cooled down enough it don't have no antifreeze to deal with. And we do. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this antifreeze. Usually what we do is hook a shop back up and pull this antifreeze off of there. We're going to do that real quick and get this pressure off of this engine so that we can get this temperature sensor changed. Alright, and then remove your hose clamps. We just shoved a small bolt end of it just to hold it till we get back to it here in just a couple of minutes. top radiator hose.
There it goes.
And now we're getting more. All right. 10mm bolts. You got 3 of them on the top of this. Pull your old thermostat out. They never look bad when we pull them out. They always look good. But trust me, we have fixed a lot of trucks doing this. Just seems to be a problem. Like I said, we always replace the temperature sensor and the thermostat at the same time. Because one time we decided that we was only going to change the temperature sensor. Then when the truck came back, we thought it was a thermostat. Then we kept jumping back and forth and it became a mess. So now all we do is replace them both at the same time, and we have been sleeping a whole lot better. Guys, I do not show torque specs on here. We're going to torque this after we get done with this video here. Once again, I do not show torque specs on my videos. Sometimes I'll have them pop up at the end of my video telling you what the torque specs is, but I don't show us torquing anything down. So Cody's going to tighten these down, and then we'll torque them after he gets them tight. Alright, so we got everything torqued down. We're going to start putting the hoses back on. You're probably not going to lose much antifreeze when you do this. You know, if you pick up a gallon of antifreeze, it's going to be more than likely way more than you're going to use, unless you was low to begin with. But I'd make sure that I had a gallon on hand, you know, before you tear all this apart and then can't get back to town or something like that. But all of that is back together. We're going to put our air induction back on. Okay, after you get everything back together, you just want to keep an eye down there for a day or two. Make sure that you don't have any leaks. Make sure that the vehicle is up to operating temperature when you check for leaks. And make sure that your reservoir for your antifreeze stays full of antifreeze. You can monitor whether or not you're losing any antifreeze by your reservoir. And that should take care of it. Our fans are running like they're supposed to now. This is Codeman's Auto. Please subscribe.